Hey Internet. I know I look really good right now. I can't always look this good, but today it was a special occasion. I thought it was worth a little effort on my part. So, it's been a long few days of driving and I haven't had a ton of time to put this together, so I'm sorry for the crappy video quality and tons of iPhone footage. We started out in Columbus visiting our wonderful Uncle Tom, who's just about the best person you'll ever meet. I had a show that night at Rumba Cafe, which is in downtown Columbus and is a really fun venue to play at and also to hang out at. When I walked in, I was kind of like, this feels familiar. It feels like a bar you might walk into in Brooklyn, kind of dark, and I did not have the impression that it would be a very engaged audience at the show, but people really listened and I sang along at the end and it was really great. The other bands that were playing that night were called the Castros, and the Castros are actually the ones who hooked me up with the gig, so thank you guys again for that. There was Sweater Weather, and they're sort of a fun rock and roll guy band. And then there was a band called Lowly, the Tree Ghost, and they were also excellent, and everyone had a really different vibe, and it was really just a fun night of music. Great crowd, it was great. Then we drove to Madison, Wisconsin. That night we stayed at a hostel. One of the people working at the hostel told us that there was an open mic that night, but it was actually not happening that particular night because there was no one to host it. So that did not happen. Then the following day we got to explore downtown Madison. Cute hipster college town. We had a great time. We're in Madison, Wisconsin, and we have discovered what Shel Silverstein was talking about when he referred to where the sidewalk ends. America. Then we drove through to Minneapolis where we saw some friends and another cousin, and I played that night alongside about 10 different groups and solo performers. It was at this DIY venue that was totally unexpected and cool, just cool. I know that if I list all of their names, I'm gonna mix up who went with who, but here are some snippets of the different groups that played, and you can find info on them in the description box below.
Seasons go by, cobwebs grow.
When we spoke, you can stop accusing me of being.
The next day, we drove through the entirety of South Dakota, which is beautiful. It's the Missouri River! Woohoo! We made it to Waldrug. It is. There's some really impressive lightning going on right now. I don't think you can actually see it from the phone, but it looks so cool. And into Wyoming through some of the most beautiful natural scenery I have ever seen to get through Wyoming to Jackson, where we are now. Seriously, I can't even express how lovely the drive was. If you've never driven through Wyoming, you should really find a way to do it. It was really pretty. Now we are in Jackson, or a little bit outside of Jackson, staying with my aunt and uncle, and they have amazing huge dogs, and tomorrow we're going hiking. Next up, Portland. Bye!